welcome back to my channel. So my plant care routine video has been doing really well, and so I thought I would recreate that video for you and update you on all my plants and give you the correct names. Now, when I made that video about 5 months ago, those plants were new to me, and so I was not sure of the exact names, and I had put that in the description below of that video. I have grown accustomed to the names of the plants now, so anyway, we will start. I have about 10 plants, and I'll show you the plants that I have, and then I will show you how I care for them. Now, all of my plants do well in low light. In my home, I don't have a lot of sunlight or natural light throughout the day. I have natural light, but not, beaming sunlight. So all of the plants that I do have do require low light situations. So to begin with, I have a Pothos plant. And at first I thought this was a philodendron, but it's not. It's a Pothos plant. Anyway, it is doing great. And I have it in this like glazed pot. And it has been growing. So I am really glad that is doing so well. And what I'll do about every 2 weeks is go around to each plant and take out all of the dead leaves, inspect the soil, and give them some water. It's been about 2 weeks, and this plant does need some love. And so I took out all of the dead leaves, and now I'm going to just give it a little bit of water. And now it is nice and happy. As I'm inspecting the leaves, I am not seeing any insects. So this is a nice, healthy, happy plant. And here is another Pothos plant. And this one I do need to transplant into a better pot. I've had this one for about 3 years. I just keep it in my kitchen in the corner here. I am wanting to find a better, prettier pot for this. So anyway, this is another one of my Pothos plants. So I have it in this metal container for water drainage, but I will just go ahead and water it. So anyway, this seems to be nice and happy and healthy, even though it wants to go in a different pot. So I have another Pothos plant as well behind me. And this one is doing quite well. I have it in a rectangular looking pretty pot. And every 2 weeks as well, I will go ahead and rotate the plants. But I'll just go ahead and pick out any dead leaves that need to be pruned or taken away. And this one seems to be doing really well. And so I'll just rotate it so that it gets adequate sun. And this is another Pothos plant. And I have it in a bigger pot, and this one is doing awesome. And so again, I'll just inspect the leaves and rotate it. I find that these plants in particular really don't need that much water. Their soil does stay a little bit more moist, so I don't give them a huge amount of water. But anyway, this one is nice and healthy. And this is another Pothos plant that I have in my living room. And this one I just have in a nice beige pot. And it's a bigger pot because the plant is bigger. But this one is doing awesome as well. It really has grown since 5 months ago. So again, I'll just take out any dead leaves and inspect for insects and take out any leaves to the bottom of the stem. Any browning, I'll take those leaves out. And actually my cat likes to sit and chomp on this. She likes to eat this. So a lot of the leaves have been eaten by my cat. So otherwise it is nice and healthy and there's new growth growing. Next, I have a philodendron, and this is the one that I was mistaking for of the Pothos plant, but this is a heart-shaped philodendron. As you can see, it is getting quite long, and I just have it in a pretty small ceramic pot. And this one is doing quite well. There's not many leaves that are damaged, and it looks like there is new growth coming. So I'll just give this one a drink. And I will rotate it, and I keep this one on my bookshelf. So it is nice and happy there. It seems to be doing really well. Next is one of my favorites, and this one is a Christmas cactus plant. And in December it will have a red flower that blooms, and so it is really pretty. And this one seems to be doing quite well as well. It just wants a little drink. And I have it in a pretty beige decorative pot. And it seems to like its location. So I'll just rotate it and I'll give it a little drink. And I'll let the water settle a little bit and then add a little bit more. And when I water these plants up here, I usually get a step stool, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just doing it like this. And so I will rotate it, and it seems to like this spot because it gets a lot of indirect sun. And then next I do have another Pothos plant. And then I do have one little plant right here. And again, these are all have been handed down to me, and so I don't know the exact names. So if anybody knows the name of this plant here, please leave that in the comments down below. But they are both doing great. And they are it's really loving This actually might be a philodendron. I think there's three plants in this one. So philodendron, pothos, and then the one that I would like to know what the name of it is. But anyway, I have it in a nice small ceramic pot. And then I'll rotate it as well. And it seems to be doing quite well and liking that location. And next I have a Dracaena plant. And now I do have it in a blue pot. And I do have to repot these in better pots. But I've had this for about 3 years and it is doing quite well. Again, it just wants to be planted in a bigger pot. And then I have another one of these above. I water these in my sink. Seem to like a lot of moisture. Again, all of these like indirect sunlight, and they are doing quite. So this is another plant that I have, and it is a snake plant. It's quite big, and I do have it in just its pot that it came with. I do need to find a bigger decorative pot, but I have had this for about 3 years and it has grown quite tall and it is doing well. It has the window and it's getting indirect sunlight, and I just have it on a little stand with a water catcher. And this one is pretty low maintenance. It looks like it's nice and healthy. It does want to be put in a bigger pot though, which now that it's spring, I am going to be planting it in a bigger pot. And then the last couple of plants I have, a ZZ plant. And again, this plant was new for me and I wasn't exactly sure of the name, but I have it in a big pot. It's a pretty big plant. And in my last plant care routine video, yes, I pronounced the name, but it is a ZZ plant and it is doing quite well. I just go ahead and rotate it and give it a drink. And since it's a bigger pot, I let the water settle and then fill it again with a little bit of water. And take out any dead leaves. And so this one seems to be doing quite well. It's right by the window, getting indirect sunlight, and it seems to be very happy. Then the last plant that I have, and I'm going to be actually repotting this as well, and I have it in a pretty decorative hanging pot, but this one is not doing as well. The ivy, this is Boston ivy, I believe, and yes, I realize that it looks dead. It's not doing well. So I need to repot it and put it in its own pot. But then next to it is a kind of a different plant. And this one right here is called the Hoya Hindu plant, rope plant. And this one is doing quite well. It's actually gotten longer. And so again, I'm going to be repotting this. For drainage, I just have it in another little pot. Then I'll just give that one a drink. So that was my plant tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and check out my last plant video, and that video will be linked down below. And I think it's called my house care plant routine. So go ahead and check that video out. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for new videos, and I'll just see you in my next video. Bye!